Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 10WT Friday, where every single week we teach you how to form the healthy habits that will transform your body and your life. At the 10-Week Transformation, we teach you a 5-step framework. It starts with building your big, your why behind your fitness. Then we set your success indicator, which is what you want to accomplish and by when. Next is identifying your progress indicators, which are the weekly behaviors that will undoubtedly progress you to your goals. Then you plan your pills, which are the micro habits that increase the likelihood that you succeed in your week amidst the chaos of your life. And lastly, we help you set up your scoreboard, which increases the stakes of the game and gives you the feeling of game on. If you do these steps, your habits are going to be rock solid, your self-confidence will grow, and you'll be on the path to your best you. Every single week, we help individuals who are hungry for growth, people just like yourself, optimize their potential. I'm your host, Nick Carrier, and today I'm super excited to talk about my next fitness goal and how you can use the principles and the things that I'm applying, that I teach to others, and I'm applying to my own goal, to whatever your goal is as well. The goal of the Best You podcast is to allow you to feel confident about what you need to do, why you need to do it, and how to do it in order to get closer and closer to your best you. So I'm really excited because one of the things that I personally like to do is run myself through my own 10-week transformations or my own specific fitness goals so that I can both become more competent in that area, both from a knowledge standpoint and from an experience standpoint, and then I can share all the lessons that I learned with other people, both from a practical standpoint and from a goal-setting standpoint and from a mindset standpoint. And so last year, I did a half marathon goal. The year before that, I did a 1-mile run goal. This year, to start off the year, I'm really excited about, I'm creating a 3-pronged goal. So these are the 3 things that I'm going to be testing myself on. The first one is a 1-rep max for a barbell back squat. Second one, a 1-rep max for a barbell bench press. And the third one is a 5K run. Now, one of the reasons why I picked all those 3 things is I've always prided myself on being pretty darn well balanced in fitness. I've never necessarily been the best at one particular thing, but I've been pretty darn good at a lot of different things. And I kind of want to bring that to the table when it comes to this fitness test. Like I want how strong I can be with my lower body. How strong can I be with my upper body? And can I still run really well at the same time? And I'm going to do them all on the same day. So I'm going to do a 1-rep max for the barbell back squat, then a 1-rep max at a barbell bench at the gym, and then I'm going to go to the track, and I'm going to do a 5K run, which is 3.1 miles, which is 12 and a half laps on a track. And so I'm going to see where I currently stand, and then I'm going to set a goal on where I think I can get to by the end of 3 months. So I'm going to give myself 3 months of specific training for this. Now, one of the things that I did that is super critical in any goal that you set is I hired a coach. Now, I'm not saying you need to hire a coach for every single goal that you ever set. I don't, but I usually seek out people who have more knowledge in whatever area that I'm trying to improve in. So, for example, the last quarter of 2022, I set a goal in my career, in my business. And so I seeked out 4 different mentors who were experts in business. Goal before that, I had a nutritional educational goal. And during that, I seeked out experts by picking out books and picking out podcasts to listen to. Another goal that I had last year was a golf goal, and I hired a golf coach. Now, I didn't hire him for one-on-one lessons for a financial standpoint, but I hired him from group lessons. And so it's really important that whatever goal that we have for ourselves, to find a way to seek out people who are more educated, more experienced, have more skills and knowledge in whatever area of expertise that you're trying to gain expertise in. And so, again, that can look like books, it can look like podcasts, it can look like actually hiring a coach, it can look like join a community of people, it can following certain people on Instagram and social media, whatever it looks like. Find somebody to seek out knowledge from to help you. So I also want to take you through the 5 steps of the goal setting process that we have in the 10-week transformation, and I want to apply it to the goal that I'm doing so that you can get some insight as to how that works. The first one is identifying your why. That's your why behind your fitness. That's why I am doing this as my goal now and why it's really important to me. And so I'll just be transparent with you. I'll give you my few sentences of my why. And it's this: I want to really stretch myself physically because I feel like I'm leaving some potential on the table. I know there's a next level that I want to hit, and I'm only going to do it through an intentional goal. I want to make sure I don't regret not stretching myself during a prime age of my life, and I want to see how much potential can still be unlocked while inspiring and educating others how they can do the same. That's my why. And your why needs to be emotionally packed, emotionally drives you on a daily basis, because your why is not just what gets you started, but it's what keeps you going when what you started gets tough. The second part that we teach is setting your success indicator. This is your X to Y by when. This is your starting line, your finish line, and your deadline. Now, I can't finalize this yet because I haven't seen where I currently stand yet. I haven't seen my X, I haven't seen my baseline. But when I go get my baseline later on this week, I'm going to then set a goal that is both meaningful and believable. It's meaningful, meaning that it's really meaningful if I achieve it, and I'd be psyched if I did. But it's also believable. It's not completely out of left field. It's not way too big of a goal. I believe that if I really dedicate myself over the next 3 months, I can achieve this. And so I'll be doing it this weekend, and I will do my final test on April 8th, that Saturday, April 8th. So that's my success indicator. My progress indicators, these are the weekly goals that will indicate that I'm making progress to my overall goal. Now, like I said, I hired a coach, so he essentially helped me come up with my specific progress indicators. And the first one is about following my training plan to a T. Now, I have a very specific training plan for my workouts and my runs and everything like that. I'm not going to dive into the specifics of that right now, but I will let you know that I have 4 lifts every single week, and my coach has programmed those for me, told me how much weight I need to use, how many reps I need to be doing, how many sets I need to be doing. So I have 4 lifts per week, and then I have 2 runs per week. On the running part, that's where I'm kind of going to use my expertise to help to program my runs. One is going to be a longer run, and one is going to be at a track where it's a speed workout. And then the 7th day is going to be a rest day, but I probably will go on a walk during that day. So I'm going to be following that training plan to a T, so essentially working out 6 out of the 7 days, 4 of them being lifts, 2 of them being runs. The second progress indicator, the weekly goal, is going to be following my nutrition plan to a T 6 out of the 7 days. Now, this is a plan that, again, my coach has put together. He's told me exactly what my macronutrients need to be every single day and for every single meal of every single day. So we really have a lot of nuances and specificity to that, giving me a lot of clarity on how I need to be taking action on a daily and on a weekly basis. And so I'm not going to be unrealistic with myself and say that I'm going to follow it 7 out of 7 days, but I am going to be willing to go for it 6 out of the 7 days. And so following my nutrition plan to a T 6 out of the 7 days. Now, if I just have a day where I want to go, or a week where I want to go 7 out of 7, I'm going to go for it. But I'm not going to be unrealistically placing that on myself. So those are the first 2 progress indicators. And my third progress indicator, before I dive into it, one of the questions that I ask myself when it comes to the goal setting process is, what's something that could hold me back from achieving this goal? What's something that if I didn't do would hold me back from achieving this goal? And so one of the things that comes to mind whenever I'm doing a fitness goal is injury. Is an injury could hold me back, because it's held me back in the past from achieving some goals. And so I don't want it to hold me back in the future. So I have following a mobility and an injury prevention plan 3 times a week. So essentially I'm going to craft out about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minute mobility and injury prevention plan that I do 3 different times a week to make sure that, mostly for running, that I don't get injured. I make sure my ankles are strong, my knees are strong. And then for the barbell back squat and the barbell bench press as well, I want to make sure my knees are good. I want to make sure my shoulders are healthy and everything like that. So I'm going to make sure I follow that mobility and injury prevention plan 3 times a week. So those are my 3 progress indicators, my 3 weekly goals. The working out 6 out of 7, following my nutrition plan 6 out of 7, doing that injury prevention and mobility plan 3 times a week. The next part of this process is setting up your scoreboard. Now, I have not created my scoreboard yet because I actually just hopped off a call at the time that I'm filming this. I just hopped off a call with my coach where I finalized all of that stuff. But essentially, I'm going to be creating a scoreboard on a poster board. You can't see it right now, but I've got a blue poster board on my floor behind me that I'm going to be writing all of this stuff down on. I'm going to write my why. I'm going to write my goals. I'm going to write down my 3 weekly goals, and I'm going to be tracking my progress on a daily and on a weekly basis. And most importantly, I'm going to be taping that up on my bathroom door. It needs to be visible. It needs to be something that you can engage with frequently and easily. So that's critical. And the last part of the process, which is going to be more of an actively while I'm doing this goal, is going to be planning my pills. And that's going to be setting myself up for success so that I actually do follow my training plan, so that I actually do follow my nutrition plan, so that I actually do get that injury prevention work in. And some of it is just simply going to be setting up my calendar so that I block out that time to get it done, because this is going to take more time than I'm normally dedicate to my health and fitness. And so I need to make sure I block out that time in advance. And I need to make sure that I plan out my meals. I've never counted macros before, every single meal of every single day at least. And so I need to make sure that I, especially in the first few weeks while I'm trying to really feel it out, I set aside the time to create a grocery list that is going to match up with my daily macro count. And I need to make sure I plan the time to go to the grocery store. I need to plan the time to meal prep to make sure I set myself up for success. So you guys, I am super stoked about my next fitness goal. I hope that more than anything, I don't care that you know what my goal is, or I kind of do, because it creates a sense of increased stakes for me when other people know my goal. I'm like, oh, they know my goal. They're going to hold me accountable. I got to make sure I do this thing. But more than anything, I hope that it just provides you with some clarity as to how to go about setting your own goal. You know, how to create your why, how to create your success indicator, your weekly goals, your scoreboard, and how to set yourself up for success. Now, if you have a fitness goal at the beginning of this year, I would love for you to let me know. Make sure you send me a DM on Instagram at carrier_bestyou and let me know what your goal is. Now, if you don't have a goal and this episode motivated you to set a fitness goal for yourself, then I would love to help you set that goal. If you go to nickcarrier.com/free call, then I'll hop on a 30-minute strategy session with you, helping you identify your goal, helping you identify those weekly goals so that you can get closer to the best version of yourself. Again, nickcarrier.com/free call. nickcarrier.com/free call. And I would love to help you start off 2023 with a bang. I hope today helps you get closer and closer to your health and fitness goals, but ultimately helps you get closer and closer to your best you.